The holiday season has officially kicked off. Thanks to holidays like Hanukkah and Christmas, December stays jam-packed with parties and festive get-togethers. The Christmas spirit well and truly comes to life with snowy scenes, Christmas carols, and the twinkling lights on trees and buildings. The festive season also brings family and friends together. Thousands of children go to sleep on Christmas Eve, anticipating a gift from their beloved Santa Claus when they wake up the next morning. But this year, Father Christmas may not be able to meet kids in person. The coronavirus pandemic has resulted in many restrictions on Christmas festivities.
Coronavirus is spreading even faster than we counted on last week. And that is why the Netherlands is going into lockdown for a period of at least 5 weeks. The Netherlands is closing down.
The rates of hospital admission and the numbers of people in hospital are nowhere near what they were back in April. There's a lot of capacity, and I think the human thing to have done would have been to have waited until after Christmas.
It's going to be a sad Christmas. But if we need to do it, then we need to think past our own selfish family needs and look to the future. Italy just needs to extract itself from this complicated and difficult period.
With several countries declaring new rules to curb the virus this holiday season, there is one very special person who has been exempted from travel restrictions.
We've been working on the Santa Claus issue for a number of weeks now. He is exempt from the need to self-quarantine for 14 days and should be able to come in and out of Irish airspace and indeed in and out of Irish homes without having to restrict his movement. But I am assured that children should not stay up at night because he does need to social distance, and so people need to keep at least 2 metres away at all stage to make sure that we keep him safe and indeed children as well. So he's exempt, he's coming.
That Santa Claus is immune to this virus, and we had a brief chat with him, and he's doing very well. Mrs. Claus is doing very well, and they're very busy right now. So he will be able to travel in and out of the airspace and be able to deliver presents to children. But I think it is very important that all children of the world understand that physical distancing by Santa Claus and also of the children themselves must be strictly enforced. So it is really important that the children of the world, still listen to their moms and dads and their guardians and make sure that they go to bed early on Christmas Eve. But Santa will be able to travel around the world.
From meeting children from behind a glass window in Brazil to greeting everyone from inside a snow globe in the US, Santas across the world are adhering to COVID Christmas rules. And some are even connecting to children via video conferencing. Welcome to Santa's virtual grotto. This Christmas, this is the new normal.
So how are you?
I am very good.
Well, I'm very pleased to hear it. Very pleased to hear it. Now, have you been good this year?
Sadly, no trip to the grotto this year, but thanks to some virtual technology, which we all embrace nowadays, I am able to see them and I am able to speak to them. And it's as if I was in their own home sometimes. So I think it's a very good thing.
Surprise!
Hello to Santa!
Hello! It's so good to see you. Now, I want to say you both need to keep being the amazing superstars that you are, yes.
Good, good, good. Harris, can you tell me what's on your jumper? A Christmas tree, can you see?
As Santa ditches the chimney for the internet, many companies around the world are bringing festive cheer to children while maintaining coronavirus-safe social distancing. All they need to do is log in and ho ho ho. Santa's just round the corner, or in this case, a click of the mouse away.
And it's in the North Pole, it's here, right in here. It's green.
It's in the tree.
Yes, well done, yay!
Our village at the North Pole has over 100,000 elves living here. And right now, they're in different workshops making toys.
What kind of toys?
Oh my, unicorn booger slime. Now, I don't know why you children like that so much.
What do you do in summer?
My favorite hobby. Would you believe it? It's roller skating.
Though children might not get a chance to sit on Santa's lap this year, an online meeting with a virtual one can certainly take away some of the disappointment.
Let's get down to business, shall we? Un segno di vicinanza in questo momento di Covid che
This is a symbol of closeness during COVID, times that have been rather tiring, a little tiring. I'm giving a bit of hope to all the children. COVID will go away, and we will be left with something positive.
On that note, let's see how the world is gearing up to celebrate a COVID Christmas. It's not every day that boats filled with hundreds of Santas descend upon Lake Norman in North Carolina. That's exactly what happened at Ugly Sticks' world's largest Santa Claus bass tournament. 298 anglers, all dressed up, competed in the one-day bass fishing tournament, though large-scale events have been restricted in the area due to the pandemic. Social distancing procedures included fishers being provided with neck gauges designed to look like Santa's beard to cover their mouth and nose. In the contest, weigh-in times were also staggered to limit contact between participants. The event donated an estimated $15,000+ worth of new toys to a children's charity. From human Santas to furry ones, a cat cafe in Seoul is winning the affection of visitors.
Merry Christmas!
The cat garden used to get about 100 visitors a day, but that number dropped by a third due to the pandemic. But now, with Christmas around the corner, they have come up with a theme of allowing visitors to cuddle up with around 130 feline friends, some dressed up in red and white Santa costumes, ready to wish people a meowy catmas. Any cat parent will tell you that living with one comes with many benefits, including companionship, love, and affection.
Especially this year, it is hard to feel the festive atmosphere. But it was great to see cute cats wearing Santa suits and feel like Christmas is nearing.
The cafe is a wonderful endeavor by Park Seo-young. She opened it in 2016 to rescue abandoned and stray kittens and cats. She says the situation has worsened this year. The number of abandoned pets increased by about 3.7% in the first half of 2020 compared to the same period last year.
With many people staying at home, more people are adopting cats. But at the same time, more people abandon pets as the coronavirus situation worsens. Whenever I hear about such news, it really hurts me, urging those who adopt cats to take responsibility for them for their entire lives.
Pets can bring all types of joy to you and your family, but they are also a big responsibility that some pet owners don't realize. Thankfully for the felines in Parsio Young's care, things are looking up. They are also indulging in a special feast, a chicken breast party. Now that's what we call a perfect Christmas. From Seoul to London, as Britain's capital moves into a stricter lockdown, 2 members of the city's zoo are igniting the holiday spirit. Workers at the London Zoo wanted to add a touch of festive joy to their park by decorating it with handmade Christmas wreaths. However, a pair of cheeky llamas had other ideas. Meet llamas Andy and Dainty, who were quick to make a meal out of the festive decor pinned to their enclosures. The edible wreaths made from plants and trees found within the zoo were tossed into the air as the mischievous mother and son duo devoured the crunchy leaves. But it's not the first time the naughty pair have got these treats. In 2019, Andy, the llama, officially opened ZSL London Zoo's new visitor activity, Animal Adventure Zone, by eating the ceremonial plant-based ribbon. Now that's how a Christmas tradition is kept going. The annual Gingerbread Competition at the Architecture and Design Museum in Stockholm is usually filled with wide-eyed children and adults marveling at the culinary creations of the nation's bakers. But this year, the competition moved online. Despite being shut for normal participants, the organizers received around 100 entries that the team has 3D scanned and published on their website for everyone to see. From 2 gingerbread figures sitting apart on a bench to illustrate social distancing, to 2 gingerbread smartphones to show the importance of a physical gap, participants chose the coronavirus theme in the annual baking competition. But there were others who opted for themes such as lighthouses. 2 of these creations also featured the nation's famous teen climate activist Greta Thunberg. But have you ever wondered why people eat gingerbread on Christmas? Gingerbread is said to have originated from medieval England, but gingerbread houses originated in Germany during the 16th century. Their popularity rose when the brothers Grimm wrote the story of Hansel and Gretel. In the fairy tale, the brother-sister duo stumble upon a house made entirely of treats in the forest. And then the cookie-walled houses, decorated elaborately, became a Christmas tradition. Everyone agrees that Father Christmas travels through the sky on a sledge that is pulled by reindeer, right? Well, this one in Rio de Janeiro prefers to spend his time with sharks instead. Santa Claus delivered some unusual holiday cheer by going scuba diving at the city's aquarium. Father Christmas underwater? Yes, you heard that right.
I think it's very peculiar. I've never seen Santa Claus scuba diving. We have seen Santa Claus sitting on a chair, hugging children and giving gifts, but I've never seen him scuba before.
This Santa ditched his usual white and red attire for a red scuba diving suit. And things got more interesting when Mrs. Claus and 2 elves joined him inside the 3.5 million litre water tank.
Lots of smiles. This is what Miss Claus brings to the aquarium. Lots of smiles.
They clearly managed to put on quite the show for onlookers.
I think we're going through a difficult time, and when we have the chance to have a bit of joy, why not? And it's something so small, but it helps to stop thinking about what is happening daily. But today, with that costume, it gives a bit of joy to people, to remember the spirit.
Meanwhile, in Frankfurt, a confectioner has found a way to sweeten what otherwise looks like a gloomy advent in Germany, a masked chocolate Santa. Now selling like hotcakes in the German city, these Santas came into being after the confectioner's masked Easter bunnies were a big hit in the spring.
We did this before with Easter bunnies and it was a big success. And that's what it's about, approaching this coronavirus with a bit of a wink or tongue-in-cheek. And then we said that Santa has to wear a mask too, so we can have a bit of fun despite all the seriousness.
The COVID-conscious chocolate Santas are a sweet consolation after Germany announced that it was extending a second partial lockdown. In Hungary too, confectioner Laszlo Remoxi decided to put marzipan masks on his chocolate Santas as a light-hearted joke. He thought it would raise people's spirits amid a worsening pandemic.
Maga a szájmaszk volt a problémájuk, hogy miért népszerűsítem a szájmaszkot.
Their problem was the mask itself. Why I promoted the mask, which is very uncomfortable to wear. In my view, by the time Santa comes, he will have to wear a mask because Santa has to show a good example for people and it sends a positive message for children. For the children, this is a natural thing. The older generations find it morbid.
But his business idea won him a huge fan following online. A sweet surprise indeed. France lifted a stay-at-home order as planned on December the 15th, but it has since moved to nighttime curfew. The measure will not be waived on Christmas or New Year's Eve to prevent big gatherings.
I came here to enjoy the lifting of the lockdown, to see some friends. We took advantage of that to do some shopping, and now, as it is the first day of the curfew. We are trying to respect it and to be back home by 8 p.m.
I had completely forgotten about the shortened time and I did not notice that it was that late actually. So now, I'm going to break the curfew in order to get back home.
Families are allowed to celebrate Christmas, but with no more than 6 adults together. And with the majority of bars and restaurants still closed, the quiet streets hardly look different to previous nights in the pandemic-hit French capital. In an effort to lift his neighbor's spirits, opera singer Stéphane Sénéchal opened his window and took out his mic to offer some festive carols.
I would like to say thank you. I would like to thank all of you for holding on and making it through the first lockdown and the second lockdown. My thoughts are with health workers. My thoughts are with the victims and their families because there were many. It's not just random numbers. Respect social distancing even for Christmas. Be with your family, but be respectful of the elderly.
Stéphane had previously performed the American national anthem to toast Joe Biden's election victory and in the hope of better relations between the US and France. The French opera singer rose to fame on social media during France's first coronavirus lockdown after uploading clips of himself singing to his neighbors. And now he's busy spreading Christmas cheer. The coronavirus pandemic may have led to concerts being cancelled across the globe this year. But the absence of a live audience did not stop these singers from lending their voices to the annual holiday-themed concert. Jingle Ball was forced to go virtual, with fans tuning into the event from around the world. Getting into the holiday spirit, Grammy-winning sensation Billie Eilish sang Silver Bells. of the industry's biggest names, including Dua Lipa, Harry Styles and Sam Smith too joined the stage from remote locations. And a special appearance from BTS, who sang Santa Claus is Coming to Town, got hearts pumping.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
We wish you all
Baby Jesus emerging from the waters, surrounded by a floating Joseph and Mary. An artistic nativity scene was created at the island of Burano in the northern lagoon of Venice. The artwork, created by Francesco Orazio, a greengrocer with an artistic bent, was completed in an open stretch of water without hindering navigation. The 60 painted plywood nativity shapes were fixed by wooden stakes into the lagoon, and for a couple of hours a day, the feet of the statues are exactly level with the water. Now that's impressive art in times of coronavirus. Mary, Joseph, and Jesus don't often appear alongside astronauts or figures reminiscent of Darth Vader from Star Wars, but the Vatican managed to bring them together this year. Pope Francis inaugurated the scene, but the futuristic ceramic creche did not go down well with everyone. Another unique nativity scene was spotted in California. The Claremont Church honored the Black Lives Matter protests. The mural was created in front of a painting of masked people holding signs reading, "I can't breathe," alongside Bible verses and other quotes.
We're keeping the laws the same, but we all want to send the same message. A smaller Christmas is going to be a safer Christmas, and a shorter Christmas is a safer Christmas.
In the United Kingdom, government has announced its guidance for seeing family and friends over the Christmas period. Coronavirus rules will be relaxed, with people allowed to celebrate in Christmas bubbles. So what does the Christmas bubble mean? The regulations allow for a 5-day Christmas window from December the 23rd to the 27th, when people can form exclusive bubbles of up to 3 households across the UK. Leaders in England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland all agreed that groups can meet at home, outdoors or in a place of worship. Travel restrictions across the whole of the UK will be lifted during the period, allowing people to travel across the nations in order to meet with those within their bubble. Once a bubble is formed, it is fixed and must not be changed or extended further at any point. It is tempting to catch up with family and friends during the holiday season, but scientific advice is clear. The more people you see, the more likely it is that you will catch or spread coronavirus. And the longer you meet others for, the higher the risk of you catching and spreading the virus. All of us must take personal responsibility this Christmas to limit the spread of the virus and protect our loved ones, particularly if they are vulnerable. This means thinking very carefully about the risks of meeting up with others. It may not be possible to celebrate Christmas in the way you normally would, but it is the only way to spread joy, not COVID.